Let's see how long it's going to take me to make a vest, tank top, shirt thing with no plan and 3 balls of yarn. Hopefully this is enough. This is just a random Walmart cotton yarn. I don't really have a plan or a pattern. I'm just kind of going off of vibes, but I do have a shirt that I'm going to measure to like base a approximate pattern off of. I'm going to try to make a pattern. This is a shirt I'm using, ignore the sleeves. I'm just going to do a couple rows of, I think I'm gonna do double crochet with some like gappy holes because I'll wear it like over a t-shirt, maybe this t-shirt. So I'm gonna measure from the bottom of the shirt to the armpit so I can do a few rows. Then I'm gonna measure from the bottom of the shirt to the shoulder so that I can add. I'll pretty much just do a straight across. I might decrease a little bit in the neck or I might just leave it. I don't know. I will see what the vibes feel like. And then I will measure this. So that's how long across I want it. And then I'll just do the same decrease on this side that I do on this side. That really probably doesn't make any sort of sense, but I'm going to take some measurements of the shirt so that I have a rough idea of what I want to do. And then hopefully I will just be able to work it up. It is 6:15 right now. So I'm gonna take my measurements and wind this first ball of yarn, and then I'll probably watch an episode of TV and get started. I will update you with how it's going in like a couple hours. We'll see. And I will try to write a pattern if it goes well. I'm going to measure my shirt to start off. From the bottom of the shirt to the armpit is about 13 inches. So then on me, that would be armpit. Oh, I think 12 is actually probably good. I'm gonna do 12 inches and then, hold on, let me write that down. Measuring on my shirt, the shoulder to the bottom is like 19. So then on me, 19, 12, math, that's 7 extra inches. After I make the side where my arm goes, I will increase about 7 inches. Start at 12, increase to 19 inches, and then honestly I will probably make the back panel first and I'll just make that straight across, and then I will decide if I want to decrease any in the neckline. That sounds like a good idea. So then from shoulder to shoulder, that's about 12 inches. Let's see what that is on me. So then I'll just go across about 12 inches and then I'll decrease 12 inches across top, and then I'll decrease to 12. Also, I feel like I just need like an inch for the armpit because that would be like 2 inches. Maybe an inch and a half. Inch and a half. So my tank top should be 12 inches plus the 1.5 on each side. So 15 inches. That should be good. And then it'll be 19 long. I'm wondering if 15, I can't do math. Okay, so is 15 wide enough? No, it is not. I should do like, so 15, that would be 30. I should do 32. That's better. So instead of 1.5 inches for the armpit, I should do 2.5 for each armpit. And then that would be 32. Because then it would be 5 plus 12. Oh, it would be 12 plus 5, which is 17. Wait, 2.5 plus 12. Why can't I do math? Okay, so if I wanted it to be 32 inches, and I know that it's gonna be 15 or 12 here. So 12 plus 12 is 24. 32 minus 24 is 8. So then I would need each side to be 4. So then I would need each panel to be 2. Yeah, right? I don't know. I'm going to probably get my phone out and actually think this through. I think that's right. If I do 12 inches, 2.5 across, and then I increased it 7 to 19 inches, and then I do 12 inches. We're just gonna see if that works. I need to remember to write down how much I chain and how much I add so that I can maybe make a pattern later. It's already been 15 minutes since I started planning and winding my yarn. So I'm going to make my first chain. I think what I'm going to try to do is alternate rows of regular double crochet and then double crochet with like a skipping a stitch so that it's like a little bit holy. So if I'm going to alternate and skip stitches, I need to have an even number in my foundation chain. And then actually, do I need an odd number? Let me do like a little test because I actually don't know if I need an even or an odd number. For my test square, I'm going to chain 10. Then I'm going to do my turning chain, and then I'm going to do a row of double crochets. This is my little sample. This is what I want it to look like. This edge looks weird, so I need to figure out how to fix that. I'm going to frog this and then chain out to 12 inches, however much that is, and then I will get started. It is 6:40, so it has been 25 minutes, and I am just now actually starting on the tank top. But honestly, that's not too bad. To get to 12 inches, I had to chain 54. So I'm gonna do 54 double crochets. 6:53, I did my starting chain. So I'm gonna do 2 more rows, and then I'm gonna increase 7 inches, and then I'm gonna take a break. I think it is 7:15. It's been exactly an hour. I finished my first 3 rows, or 4 rows. So I'm going to do my increases now and then continue on. It's looking good so far. I am very happy with it. To increase, I chained 30 more. That gave me about 7.5 inches, almost 8 inches. I feel like that is enough because I had 56 chains originally. So on my double crochet rows, I have 56 double crochets. So now I will have 86 double crochets on my double crochet rows, and then I will have 43 double crochets, skipping a stitch, on my other rows. I think that's right math. I did around 3 hours of work on this yesterday, and this is how much I have done. Like maybe almost half of the front panel or back panel. I feel like it's a little bit long. When it's all together, I think it'll be fine. So I have about an hour and 15 minutes before I need to go somewhere. So I'm gonna work for maybe like an hour, and then I will tell you in an hour how much I get done. I spent about 30 more minutes this afternoon working on this. I think I did another like few rows and a half, and then my yarn got really twisted, so I spent another 30 minutes probably on twisting my yarn. I am gonna go ahead and wind another spool. What is that? I'm gonna go ahead and wind another cake so I don't do that later, and then I'm gonna keep working on it. I finished panel 1, so I'm gonna tie it off. This is panel 1. Honestly, I'm very happy with it. I think for panel 2, I am gonna do some decreases around the neckline, and then if I want it like higher neck, I can wear this side in the front, and then if I want a little bit lower neck, I can wear the other side in the front. But this is, actually, I haven't counted my rows yet. This is 4 rows on each side, and then 25 rows along the top. If I decrease here, I'm gonna write this down so I remember. 4 rows at 56, 3 at 80, what 86, so plus 30, and then decrease twice. 1 at 85, 1 at 84, maybe even 1 at 83. 85, 1 at 84, 1 at 83. So I have 29 rows total. Does this equal 29? I'm a very visual person, so I needed to picture it. I put some extra yarn where I'm gonna start and end my decreases and increases. I think that is right. I will just use this as a guide as I'm going. That is the plan. I've worked on it for about 6 hours total. I think I've spent about 5 hours actually crocheting, and then the other hour was winding my yarn into cakes, untangling my yarn when it got really tangled. I also had to plan and do math and a bunch of other things just like to prep and to figure out my pattern, also my gauge swatch. So that was probably the last hour. So hopefully I can do the next panel in 5 hours as long as I don't mess up the increases and decreases, and then I will be done. I was hoping this would be a 1 weekend project. It's definitely going to spill over into next week because I don't have 5 more hours today because it is already 4:10 on Sunday, so I will probably get another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in today. But then we'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited with how this is turning out. I like it a lot. Panel 1 is done. I did go buy another thing of yarn, and now I'm kind of thinking I might have been able to get by with 3 instead of 4. So we will see. I'm starting panel 2 with chaining 56. Chained 56. Now I'm going to chain 1 more for my turning chain, so 57, and then I'm going to do 56 double crochets into all of the chains that I made. Did my first double crochet. Now I'm just going to continue down my entire chain with double crochets. I do think that doing the gappy double crochets every other row makes this project feel like it goes by so much faster. I think if I was doing full double crochet for the whole project, I might have already given up. I'm going to continue this, and then I'll do a row of gappy double crochet, another row of double crochet, another row of gappy double crochet, and then I'll increase to 86. I started this project on Friday. It is Monday. I have my first full panel done. I already had that done. I marked on my back panel where I'm doing my decreases and increases. I actually changed from what I decided because as I was working on it, it didn't feel like enough of a decrease, so I went a little bit more. So now I'm just doing some rows of straight, and then I'll do my increases and then finish off with 4 regular rows, and then I'll be done. I am almost done with my second panel. I just have last 4 rows of like shorter rows for like the arm. So I'm gonna finish those real quick, and then I'm going to pin everything together and try it on and make sure I like it before I actually sew it together. I'm done, I think, hopefully, if it fits. I'm not sure how much of the gap I want to leave on the side, so when I pin it, I'm going to pin it pretty far up, and then I'll just add a pin to the spot where I think I want it to be. I'm definitely wearing the wrong undershirt for this. I would probably wear something a little bit more tight-fitting, but I think once I sew it and block it, it's going to look good. I think I will pin like right here. I'm going to sew it and then block it and then try it on. I tried it on and pinned it yesterday. I like how it fits, and I think when I block it, it'll fit perfect. I'm going to sew it together and then I'm gonna block it. It is all sewed together. All of my ends are weaved in. Shocker. I am now going to go soak it in like lukewarm water for about 15 minutes, and then I will squeeze as much water out as I can get, roll it in a towel, and then I will lay it out on my blocking mat. Finally dry. I'm ready to be tried on. I am gonna try it on with this turtleneck first. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it with the turtleneck. I might need a tighter shirt under, but we're gonna start with this. This is the best with the turtleneck. I like the best. I think it is pretty tight fitting and the turtleneck is a little bit loose, so I don't love it necessarily with this, but I'm gonna try it on with a more tight fitting shirt and let you see it. It definitely looks better with this shirt underneath because the shirt's a little bit tighter. I really like it. I like how it turned out. I think it looks really good. This is my first self-drafted tank top or vest or whatever, so I'm very pleased with it. I think it looks great.